Hello, everybody. Thank you for receiving this video. This is USA Transformations 2030 with our mission and vision statement, united to transform with the power of God. We do this by preferring one another in love, uniting ideas and resources to transform individuals and nations with the power of God. As an introduction, my name is Armando Lara and my wife, Delmy. Thank you for listening to this short video about transformations. You have received this video because you have shown your concern about the conditions of our nation in all spheres of influence, abuse of power from authorities, our children being influenced with socialist and antichrist ideas, the financial crisis around the world, etc. We will share with you an introduction to Transformations 2030 and how we can unite ideas and resources to transform our nation. You can write to us to USA Transformations 2030 at gmail.com. As a vision casting slide, you have in front of you the map of the United States to the right side. Matthew 17:20 says, "So Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for surely I said to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." These are Jesus' words regarding anything that we can confront in life. With this program of transformations, we are going to create a database with everyone who is interested. We will create a database for pastors and community leaders with general information such as name, location, etc. We suggest you to start thinking about someone else to assist you because this is a teamwork effort. Testimonies. Our breakthrough department team have traveled through more than 15 states, and you can see on the screen the states that have been reported to us. And actually, in this present time, we're working on pilot programs with biblical principles, which are producing results already. There are other pastors and community leaders who want to start the process as well. We believe the Lord has shown us the route to transformation for our nation, and we have the tools to start with you today. Who we are. Well, USA Transformations, and the way we started this, for you to know us a little bit, my wife and I, my wife was born in El Salvador and I was born in Guatemala City, a place where there was no water, no electricity. My mom had 7 children as a single mom with a lot of needs, but she had a dream to conquer life and help others. There was an earthquake in 1976 in Guatemala, and it was devastating for me. At the age of 16, I left the neighborhood where I was living and went to live with one of my sisters. You see on the screen, on your right side, you have how the neighborhoods fell with the earthquake on February 1976. And the person who's sitting down, it could be me. I was just looking at the devastation left and right, and it was an impressive situation. On your left side at the bottom, you see my mom with 7 siblings that actually they were my nieces and nephews who my mom adopted because her sister passed away. So she adopted 9 more kids. Imagine that. Big family. Now, the next slide, you can see a couple of pictures. My dream of transformations was shaken since 1993 when I gave my life to Jesus. At that time, a friend of mine asked me to translate for a lady. We prayed, and I saw 5 dark balls going out of the lady, like puffing up. She was healed. When my friend and I left the lady's house, I said, you know what? Jesus is too good to keep him to my own. People need transformations. I'm going to have a team of transformers. So that was me around that time. On the screen, you can see I do still remember the apartment complex that we visited. And at the bottom of that picture, you see my wife and I. Well, I began my journey with transformations by being self-educated, asking questions, reading books, getting disappointed, getting angry, etc., while learning to stay focused in my father's businesses. Continuing then with who we are. We are a team of missionaries, entrepreneurs, loves of Christ who believe in the power of God to transform individuals and nations. We are associated with Community Impact Ministries. That's our ministry that is registered in the state of California. With Kingdom Network, or Ambassadors for Christ, with Abraham Jones. One Blood Revival with Devin and Georgia O'Neill. CMC International with Pastor Jonathan Morris. Also, internationally, we are in connection with Fountain of Life Ministries in Colombia, with Sebastián and Francisca Rodriguez in Honduras. And we also are associated with IDENI, which is an environmental and social foundation which has programs to keep our neighborhoods healthy in the farming. It's a beautiful, great programs they have. We will develop a local plan in different fronts within your city. As you grow, we will assist you to check the progress in your church and your region. Well, let's see how the fivefold ministry works. You know what? We are aiming to have no more isolated work fields. You see, many people have worked in transformations, or we want to change societies and so forth, but we've been trying to work on our own, and it can show you that it doesn't work. Jesus called us to work in unity. And Jesus left for us in the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11 through 15. It says, and Jesus gave some apostles and prophets and some evangelists, continue saying, for the perfection of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the building of the body of Christ, until we all reach the unity of faith. In the past, it happened that as we talk with evangelists about transformations, they used to say, well, you know what, I'm called to preach the gospel, and I cannot stay within four walls and what have you. But you know what, it doesn't work that way. That's why Jesus left apostles, teachers, prophets, and so forth, and helps so that we can work together. There is one whole chapter about unity in John chapter 17. Now, the ecclesia is a place where we should come, present our ideas, challenges, problems, etc., and bring alternatives, because Jesus called us to be united in him. On your slide also, you can read, it says, every donation in our self-efficacy have its place in the process of transformations, because the diligent men will be before kings. In other words, we will put a lot of effort to help you in the process. Now, we talk about strategy development. It's a 5-year process. So please get to think that transformation is not like a magic, that you snap your fingers and it's like that. No, it takes a process, but we will work together in this process. We will help you to build teams so you can bring alternatives to the city you live in. And you know what? We can start today. Today, if you want us, we can start today with what we call the introduction package. It's a package that brings you 3 basic lessons. And in every lesson, there is something that you can do to start working in the internal transformation. Also, we will assist you to build the following departments: intercessors, breakthrough, administrative. Every department has its purpose. We will talk about this more in detail through the training. Now, how do we unite ideas and resources? Well, for that also we have this training. To bring godly transformations to our communities, we are uniting the wealth of some with the needs of many. On your screen, you can see on your right side how the cycle works. The income, contribution, donations, and tuitions come to our training, to our trainees. Now, they take the training, They go through community projects, and then even we have a 501c3 corporation registered so that we can give a tax break for donors and sponsors. These projects of the kingdom provide a win-win situation for our people, our communities, our nation, and investors who can get a tax deductible on their donations. So there is a place for everybody because it's going to take effort. That then this then takes us to biblical integration, where there is training available for different spheres of influence. We have programs already that are working in our community that are ready for you. In the agriculture, for example, we have self-sustainable kingdom projects in our community. Self-sustainable kingdom projects. One of them is School Without Walls, that they teach people to grow their own meat, their own trees. I don't know how to say those terms, but they help each other with organic foods. Also, there is Green Footprint. This is a lady, and she's on the screen, on the picture right there. She recycles plastic and then converts it to gasoline. This is going on in Colombia, but we foresee that she can come and she can come and build a machine for us so that we can do the process of plastic. Now, how the tuitions and donations will work? I'm glad you asked that. One thing that the Lord is telling us today: don't let the financial crisis stop you from blessing others. I'm going to repeat that. Don't let the financial crisis, the actual financial crisis, stop you from being a blessing. You see, what is at stake is our freedom. And look at the screen. Benjamin Franklin says this: freedom is not a gift bestowed upon us by other men, but a right that belongs to us by the laws of God and nature. That's Benjamin Franklin. Now, the next one is a quote that I have. Transformations is a result of true freedom. It takes time, resources, and effort to build a firm structure to hold it. That's what it is. Transformations is a result of true freedom. It takes time, resources, and effort to build a firm structure to hold it. How are we going to be doing this? Well, the equivalent of 1 day of labor in USA, which is about approximately $80, gives you 1 month of training and mentorship. But also, though, we have alternatives available in case you cannot afford to invest in your training. But as long as you want to work on this process, we can make it happen. So let us talk about it. Now, wait a minute, but where would my money go? I'm glad you asked that question. On this next slide, you can see the different percentages. All these percentages we're going to be talking more in detail as we go through the training. But it's sufficient to say at this time that 10% will go for tithes and offerings to a ministry that you as a team choose. It can go to the same church that you go to, or a project that you're thinking of it. Also notice at the bottom that it is a percentage, over 45% of the income will stay for projects of the kingdom by sphere of influence, meaning that if among the students there is someone who says, hey, I want to put a store, I want to sell some shoes or some candy. So now he gives us the project. We go through the project together. We ask questions and comments, and then based on how profitable and self-sustainable the program can be, we can help this project. So that's why a big percentage goes to the projects of the kingdoms. So now, God is calling. The transformation of your city is waiting for you. Answer the call. USA Transformations 2030, united to transform with the power of God. You can write to us to USA Transformations 2030 at gmail.com, or get in touch with the person who sent you this video. Thank you for considering us. Consider us in the process of transformations of your city.